this is Zach, and today I'm doing a science experiment, and that science experiment is going to be how to make the egg float, which by now you probably know, unless this is my first thing I'm doing, because I've done a lot of animations and stuff, so let's get to it. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do is, we've already started this, in fact, you probably put a little bit too much water, but that's fine. Just fill a cup up about halfway, and then now we drop the egg in it. You probably want to get it lower down there. And then we pour some salt on it.
This is a sponsored video.
Sponsored
by Morton!
We can do. Please be aware this is being supervised. So now we put in our sea salt. Kind of stir it. Like that. Just gonna stir it a little bit. Some more. Gonna put that stuff in. And if we can just stir it. So right now we are stirring the cup. And we did take the egg out, which I personally wouldn't recommend doing, but we kind of have to because we have a really large egg. So, yeah. Ooh. Now we're just putting in some table salt. Just to kind of help. Table salt. Alright.
Hold the egg up.
Now we have our egg in good hands. Good hands.
Try now. Salt still kind of dissolving. Still not quite floating. So let's add more.
Yep. Some more table salt. And we should probably give this salt some time to kind of dissolve. So, see you guys in a minute. We should put our egg back in after putting in a bunch of table salt, and what do you see?
It seems to be floating.
Yes, it does. Now let's kind of take this experiment to another level and see what happens if we put some more water in it. Now, but before we put some more water into it to see what that'll do, let's try some more salt and see if we can get it to completely float. Alright. So let's try and stir this up with this egg. Hush, little eggy, don't say a word.
Okay, give it a shot.
This is my home. And what do you know? It seems to be floating a little bit more. As we raise the salinity, it causes the egg to become more buoyant. So basically what I'm trying to say is when we put more salt in, it's making the water a little more dense than the egg, therefore causing the egg to rise. So in another way what I'm trying to say is the molecules in here are kind of getting thicker, which is able to hold up the egg. Because if we just had salt water, then the molecules aren't going to be too thick and they're going to be kind of thin, therefore allowing the egg to go through. Now, let's do that other experiment and see what happens when we put in more water. So right now we're transferring the egg and the salt water over to a bigger cup to allow it to float a little higher and kind of show us if it goes higher or lower. And this way we'll also be able to put in some more water to help our experiment. Or hypothesis, whatever.
Yeah, back that one up.
Yeah. So as we transferred it to another cup, it still seems to be floating the way it was before because we put in enough salt to allow it to float. Now let's test our hypothesis and see what will happen if we, or not our hypothesis, our question, see what happens if we pour a little bit more water. So it's probably a little too much. Alright, so now, actually we should probably mix it out. Alright, so let's pour this in. Huh, really bad at pouring. You guys got the first look at that. So,
It's not floating, but it's not sinking.
yeah, it seems to just be, kind of went down a little bit. I feel like if we would have had a bigger cup and we would have had that same amount of water and we added a bunch of water, it would have went lower down. So, thank you guys for watching, and thank you, Mr. Johns, for putting me up at this time. And, yeah, so that's how you make an egg float, and our question on what'll happen if we add some more water. Hope you all enjoyed. Bye-bye.
Dun.